Well.
Hey toy fans, Aaron here. First up, before we get into tonight's review, just want to let you know that I was recently on Victoria Cantina, or I should say Cantina Chatter podcast. Victoria has a YouTube channel called Victoria's Cantina where she does Star Wars and Jurassic Park reviews. Definitely check her out. But if you're interested in the podcast, she has started this year-long podcast review of the modern Star Wars line. Easy to say, right? And that's going from 95 until now 2018. And she had me on. We were talking about the Power of the Force 2 line. It was a fantastic conversation to have with her, and amazing to learn what she did with some of her figures, burying them off to the side of the road. So definitely give it a listen and check out her YouTube channel too. So anyways, on to tonight's review, where we're going to take a look at, why not keep with the theme, the Power of the Force 2 Death Star Gunner. So let's head to that table and check this one out. Taking a look at them on the card, and well, first I'm going to take an extra couple minutes here just to go through the different variations of cards that were released for this figure. And they all hit retail around the same time, so I don't really know what Hasbro was trying to do at this point. But first, as you see here, he comes on the orange, or the red Power of the Force card, as it's known as, red instead of orange. But with this wave of figures, they did something different. You got a gold Star Wars logo, and little gold trimming around the photo off to the side, instead of the silver logo and silver trimming around the photo as you see on this carded Luke Skywalker. Also, in addition to this wave of figures was given a collection number, and this guy got collection 1, which was weird because I think collection 1 was for your heroes, your good guys. Clearly this guy is not one of those, but as I've mentioned before in other reviews, this whole collection numbering was just always a mess. And then also the figure was released on the green card, and with that, 2 different variations were hitting retail. One with the holo sticker, one without the holo sticker. Now, of course, you could just peel the holo sticker off and reveal the same photo, but both of these were showing up on the retail stores in this way. And then through the blister, each of these packaged the same way, figure to accessories. And while I don't have one to show, the collection number still remained collection 1 for the green card, but did get eventually changed to collection 3 at some point a little bit later. I don't recall if that was changed at all for the red card. On the back of the red card, you had some minor changes with the other figures on the red card. Once again, as you see the Luke Skywalker card off to the side, just a different layout for this bio cutout. And then on the bottom half, not as many figures and vehicles being shown as being available separately, but they added in the little checklist off to the right side. Something fun to see here is the check mark for Tatooine Stormtrooper. And then for the green card back, it's even more different than the red card back. They just added a nice little border around the specifications of the character, and then decided to remove the Galactic Empire symbol. And then on the bottom half, here also the layout of the figures that were also available changed, and then this time they did the call out properly for the Sand Trooper. Go figure. And now taking a look at him out of the packaging, obviously, first thing to note, yes, he's still a little beefy looking, and that's the way things were for the figures in the line at that time, but I like this figure. I don't know why. It's relatively basic, and aside from shooting things, you didn't see him do much in the movies, but I just always like looking at this figure. For the head sculpt, things are looking very appropriate. It's got that look of the Death Star Gunner that you expect to see with the angled helmet going down in the back and that angled jawline sticking out from the front. Nice painting for the silver galactic logo on the top of his helmet, and a little touch of red, blue, and silver painting on the side of his helmet. Yes, there should be an antenna sticking out. They just weren't doing those kind of things at that time. As for the midsection of the figure, things still looking pretty good. Now, the arms are a reuse of the TIE Fighter pilot that was released not long prior to this figure. Once again, nice silver painting of the galactic symbol on the sides of the shoulders, and otherwise pretty decent sculpting for some nice subtle wrinkles of the uniform. The majority of his flight suit underneath is kind of a matte black, gloves are painted with some gloss to it, and that center chest piece, what I believe they're calling the radiation suit, is painted in a shiny black. This part not removable. We did get a removable vest as well as a figure with the antenna released later in the line. I think it was Saga Collection, Original Trilogy Collection, one of those 2 lines. It's at the hip. As you see, you got a little belt sculpted in there, touch of silver painting for the buckle detailing. As for the back side of the figure, not much going on here, just the same look carrying through. As far as the legs of the figure, these are just a smidge different than the TIE Fighter pilot release, so not the same legs are being used here. The gunner doesn't have any pockets. The TIE Fighter pilot does have some pockets on his upper thigh sculpted in. Otherwise, though, the shape, the way the legs are sitting are exactly the same as the TIE Fighter pilot, even down to the way the boots are sculpted. As for articulation, well, unfortunately on my figure, things are pretty tight. It just kind of bounces back, so I think something's locked in there. You're only going to get your side to side anyways, and I think the back of that helmet would also hit the shoulder, so I don't think you'd get a full rotation. So that's all I could show off here. Both arms, though, are going to swivel all the way around. You got your rotation at the waist, and then both legs do come straight out, and if you wanted, they go back pretty far too. As for accessories, it does come with 2 of them. First up, standard issue Stormtrooper blaster, your E11 blaster. Pretty good detailing to it. Certainly looks appropriate, looks like it should. No special weathering or other paint applications to it, which, once again, standard for the time. It is a little large in his hands, as most of the blasters were, which is funny because now I think they're getting too small, but that's what we had, and, you know, still looks good. And then the figure also comes with this big, heavy gun. Really, he didn't use either of the weapons that he comes with in the movie, but you got it here. Nice sculpting to it. It does have an interesting look. The barrel on mine, though, has warped down over time. As you can see, there's a strap connected from the front end of the barrel to the back, so you could throw it over his shoulders or stick it in his hand. And that's both the accessories he comes with. So overall, as I said, to me, this is a good figure. I'd even say by today's standards, this is a good figure. Sure, he's got a touch of a muscular look going on, but it's still a nice, solid release. Not that I don't think you can do too much wrong to mess up a figure that's all black. And with the multiple releases on different cards and then stickers and no stickers, variation hunters sure had their hands full at the time. And so that wraps up this look at the Death Star Gunner. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this figure in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching.